Okay, so I first met Esther, well, I saw her walk by me at church, and I remember exactly what she was wearing. It's this little teeny blue dress that accentuated her legs, which are amazing, and she walked by and I thought to myself, there's no way that's single. And I said that's single because I didn't want to personify something that I didn't think I could ever have. And so yeah, she walked by me, and then a couple of weeks later we ended up at a burger restaurant, and there was an empty seat next to her and I took it. So yes, I'm pretty sure I probably had far too much energy than is typical, but that's the first time I actually got to have a conversation with her was in January of 2013. So it was quite lovely.
I met Bryan through church, but the very first time I actually met him, we went out for dinner with a big group of people. He came and sat next to me, and I thought he was really full on and way too much. And yeah, didn't really like him too much then. But as time went on and we used to hang out and play tennis together, again with people from church and going out after church, that kind of thing, we got to know each other a lot more. And I guess it was 10 months later I finally realised, wow, he's got really good character. He's a really great guy. He'd make a great husband one day. Obviously I wasn't thinking about myself at that time. But yeah, so 10 months later I realised, wow, he's actually a really cool guy. And so week by week, every time I saw him, I liked him more and more. And yeah.
Well, she set the standard very high for what a woman should be. So I tried to like other girls between the time that I met her and went on a first date, but it just didn't work. And I don't know exactly when you could say I loved her first, because I knew within the first week of dating her that I was going to marry her.
So we were standing in the car park one night, again after church. I think I actually asked him out, which I felt very embarrassed about. We were just kind of standing by the car, and I was a bit cheeky because I kind of said, I'm going to the ballet this weekend, but I have nobody to go with. But of course my mum would have come with me. And so he said, yes, I would love to come to the ballet with you. And I was like, oh, okay. And then from there, I guess I was driving home and I just realised, oh my gosh, did I ask him out? Oh my gosh, he's supposed to ask me out. So anyway, thankfully I got a call about a couple of days later asking, hey, would you like to go to dinner before the ballet? And I thought, yes, phew! I think this is official. I think I'm safe. I just, yeah, thought, yeah, so yeah, that's how he asked me out.
I proposed on the beach, which is where we spent a lot of our time on walks, you know, the quintessential long walks on the beach. Well, he gave me a call and said, what would you like to do this afternoon after work? And I said I'd like to go for a walk on the beach. And so he was kind of suggesting some things and making me decide when he was actually planning. I was at work and I knew that I was going to propose that night, so I didn't want her to suspect anything. She knew I had the ring, so it wasn't a surprise that I was going to ask. But so we were talking about going to the beach later that day, and I said, hey, let's go to the beach. And she's like, oh, let's go to Coogee Beach, and that's her favorite beach, but it wasn't the beach that we'd spent most of our time at.
And I said, yes, I'd like to go to Coogee Beach, which is our local beach near Fremantle. And he said, how about we go to City Beach? Now, City Beach is where we used to meet up a lot because he was living north of the river and I was south of the river, so that was kind of where we would meet. So we'd go for walks along the beach for sunset, which of course is very romantic, and used to have dinner and stuff together on the beach. So we went to City Beach and I packed a picnic And so we had a lovely picnic, but before then I thought he was acting a little bit weird.
And so I kind of hemmed and hawed and wasn't all that excited at the idea of going to Coogee Beach. So she was like, oh, well, how about let's go to City Beach, which is the beach I wanted to go to, which is where we had gone for our second date. And so then she picked the date, or the beach, and then I said, hey, why don't, it's such a nice day, why don't we have a picnic? So I got her to prepare a picnic while I was at work. And so we went to the beach and had a picnic, and she didn't suspect anything. And she'd made it very difficult for me to hide the ring anywhere, so she kept following me around. And so I'd hidden it in my shoe, but I left my shoe in the car, and I had to go back to the car for no reason. I just said I needed to move the car for no reason. And she suspected something was odd, but she couldn't figure out what.
He was carrying his Toms around, and I was like, why is he carrying his Toms around? This is really weird. But apparently he was trying to hide the ring in his shoe. And then he went to move his car. And yeah, he was doing some weird stuff, but it was all because he was trying to hide the ring in different spots. Poor thing. And I didn't help at all.
So then I managed to hide the ring in my hand underneath a towel while she was in the car, because she came back to the car to get something out of her eye while I was trying to get the ring.
Then eventually we went for a walk on the beach, and it was beautiful. There was like nobody there. We walked along the beach. He had a towel over his shoulder, which apparently where the ring was, and I was dragging him into the water and doing all sorts of things, and I thought he was acting a bit stiff and a bit strange.
Yeah, so it was quite an ordeal. And then I fumbled with the towel, trying to put the towel down on the beach so she could help me, because she was just staring at me because we haven't seen each other for quite some time at that point. So I fumbled with the towel and got her to bend down and help me spread the towel out because it was a little bit breezy at the beach. And while she was bending down looking the other way, I knelt down and pulled the ring out and opened up the box and said, Esther, I have a question for you. And she went, what? Now?
He got on one knee and proposed. And my first reaction was, what now? Like, wow. And he was waiting for me to say yes, and I hadn't actually said yes yet.
I thought to myself, uh-oh, something's wrong. But she was just genuinely surprised and then promptly pounced on me and said yes.
Yeah, so he proposed, and it was actually the most beautiful sunset. The month of July, when was it? March. He proposed. He proposed in March. It was a beautiful sunset.
And then she ran around and danced around for a while. She was so happy she couldn't hold still.
Bryan has really great character. He is generous, very loving and very caring, and I also think he's really cute.
I love her legs, and her smile, and her laugh. She has a gentleness that creeps into every area of her life, whether it's with children or whether it's with older people or people's emotions or really just everything. And she's so incredibly gentle that, yeah, I can't help but absolutely love that.
I think seeing your family come to Australia for the first time.
Yeah,
it's pretty exciting.
To see some of my friends and my family, get to meet all of my friends and family now down here. 5 years. We could probably have 8 kids by then.
10?
10, 8, 10.